Hello, hello, and welcome to the very first Love, Travel, Live travel show. I am one of your hosts, Joshua Harrell, joined by Jason Block. How are you doing today, fine sir?
I am excellent. How are you all doing?
So let us know how you're doing in the chat, because that's how we know that you're watching. And
The chat is the place to be.
yeah, I already started with flubbing my words. So those of you who are watching our other show, we did have another show. Some things may look familiar, but some things have been mixed up a little bit.
That's
We've got a whole new format for you, and we're just really excited about this it's a new YouTube channel. So
New
we
channel,
have
new show.
zero subscribers, right? Like zero subscribers at this moment. So please subscribe and make sure you get notifications and join us on this new channel for our weekly Love Travel, Live Travel show. This is the show for those who love travel and have made the choice to live within travel and have a travel business, something that is very near and dear to our hearts, right?
Absolutely.
Yes. So, yes. So all are welcome. We don't turn anybody away, but we get a little travel heavy, right? We get a little travel heavy. We also now are we've got guests that I'm excited that we've got guests.
Yes.
And I'm very, very honored because when
Who do we have?
Well, we decided that we were going to have this whole new show.
Yes.
And, very, very happy that people have been tuning in for the last 3 years to see kind of what was going on with us. But now we're going global. And you turned to me, you said, we need to have guests on this show.
Yes.
And people with interesting stories.
Right. But not just any guest.
Not just any guest. And you said to me, I think... Do you think Gary Murphy from AmaWaterways, one of the founders of AmaWaterways,
yes,
do you think he would come? And I called him on the personal phone device.
On the telephone.
On the telephone,
yes.
Ring-a-dingy.
For all you Gen Zers out there, you can actually use it to talk to people.
Yes. And I didn't even FaceTime, and I'm always a FaceTimer. And he picked up. It didn't even ring once.
Yes.
He picked up.
And he sent you to voicemail.
And no, he picked up.
Oh, good.
He picked up and he said, I told him what we were doing.
Yes.
And he was on his way to Europe. He was on the plane.
Okay.
Waiting to take off. He saw that I called and he said, yes, I will. I was like, well, you're going for a meeting. He's like, oh, I'll make it work. What time do you need me? So he's going to be joining us a little bit later.
Awesome.
Really cool guy. If you haven't gotten to talk to him before, we're going to get just a few moments with him. And we have one of our very, very favorite travel personalities, Velma Tolison, joining us from Tyler, Texas. We affectionately call her our Tyler Rose, although she has corrected us that there is a famous singer that is actually the
football
Tyler
player.
Or football player. It's kind of the same thing, right?
Neither singer nor football player hold a candle to Velma, though.
Yes. Yes. But if you have no idea who we are, maybe we should give a little background on who we are.
Okay.
And what to maybe expect
You
from us.
set the format and tone, because I don't know where you want me to go, because I could go on and on.
Yeah, well, we're not doing corporate bios here. So I'm just going to say, my name is Joshua Harrell, and I am a serial entrepreneur. I feel like, where you stand up and you say, and they were like, oh, okay, welcome. I have had many businesses. I've worked in the cosmetic industry. I've worked on QVC, the shopping channel. And I have been very blessed by being in the travel industry now for 6 years, maybe. And I have found my home because this is the coolest place to be. And every day I get to not only love travel, but I get to live travel by working in the travel industry with thousands of independent travel business owners, and I love it. And then just something that might be a little quirky about me is whatever comes to mind pretty much comes out of my mouth. So sometimes that's good and sometimes that's bad. So how's that for a format setup?
That was lovely.
Yeah?
That was lovely, Josh.
Did you feel the love? Okay. Can you feel the love? And that happens too.
And my bio doesn't really matter. My only job here is to make sure to be the filter for Joshua. And to deflect attention in case something goes really off the rails. No, like Joshua, I've been an entrepreneur for many, many years and worked with thousands of business owners at this point in all different kinds of industries, from banking to restaurants to retail to business services, and now in travel. And like you, travel's been a lifelong passion for me, and I consider myself the luckiest person around because I have the best job in the world, and I get to work with the best people in the world, and this is just an awesome industry and so much fun. Yeah, you're pretty swell too. I wasn't talking about you.
Yeah, right.
But
to the world of the YouTube, then it's just you and me. So.
But you know, this is a time at the end of the week we can let our hair down a little bit, have a little fun, talk about what's going on across the industry and
well beyond.
And well beyond. So you know, it's and yeah, just a quick jump to the chat, Joshua. Impromptu. Michelle says that my job description sounds impossible. She has you pegged already. Being your filter.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, Michelle, it is impossible. But I try. I try nevertheless.
Yeah, I know Michelle well, and I feel like, I don't know, she'd be one of those people that has like a electroshock button if she was in charge of filter. Like she wouldn't do it gracefully with words.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, she would just be like,
one of those shock collars under the table.
You know what? I was just watching a French murder mystery, and they killed somebody with one of those shock dog collars. I mean, I don't think that really happens in real life, but yeah.
Wow.
And that ring, for those of you new watching, is our producer, Evan, who likes to chime in every once in a while, but he's the one that keeps the show afloat, along with producer Paul, who, you know, if we can get a camera on producer Paul at some point, I think that would be very interesting. So, yeah, he's over in the corner. So, anyway, you've got a whole family of people who love travel and live travel, and that is the name of the show.
That's right.
So make sure you don't forget it. Again, please subscribe to our new YouTube channel and make sure you get notifications for a new show. Our show is every Friday at 4 Eastern. And please join in the chat. And, you know, even if you watch it after it's live, join in the chat.
Yeah.
Because that, you know, tell us what you want to see, what you like. If you really like the way I did my hair. You know, whatever floats your boat. Anyway, do you want to pop over to the chat for just a moment?
Sure.
Because not only Michelle's joined us, but we've got Tapestry Travel joining us. Happy Friday, you two. Happy to see the show this week. We did kind of freak everybody out by saying it was the last show last week. Cobblestones and Cafes. We know who you are. She has subscribed. Relia has joined us. Hello, everyone. Stacy, haven't seen you in a while. Happy Friday, everyone.
Stacy's back.
Yes, Stacy is
new
back.
New year, new Stacy. Ready to roll.
He is ready to roll. Jeff just subscribed, and of course, Michelle, hello. Storybook trips.
It's okay.
I couldn't get that out. Hey, all. Teresa said, hello, happy Friday. Lauren, finally found you guys again. We're the elusive. We're like, where's Waldo, right, Lauren? Thank you for finding us. And and then follow the second star. She said, you didn't make it very easy to find you. Perhaps that was on purpose, but I'm here, so your plans are foiled. Oh, yes.
Found us.
Yeah, I'm so glad that you found us. Yes. And please tell your friends where to find us. Anyway,
There you go.
yeah, keep on chatting with us. So we were talking about a few things going on in the travel industry.
Yeah.
I feel like we should do a poll.
Yeah.
Because we haven't done that. Now, I don't know about you guys, but when I hear the word poll, I think of pole dancer. Please, that's the poll that I want to put in the poll. Do you think of pole dancing when you hear pole? But that's not.
We're not putting a poll on the set, Joshua. There will be no poll.
Gosh, producer Paul, get on Amazon right away. Okay. No, but we were talking about.
That's the new poll. Should Joshua be banned from Amazon?
No, I've already. We're not even gonna go there. That's a whole.
But
I want to show
we do
you
have
a
a poll.
text thread. I want to show you a text thread.
We do have a poll, though.
Yes.
So this year, and we've been talking about this for a couple years. A lot of new cruise hardware, new ships hitting the water in 2024, and there's 8 of them in particular that I want to highlight really fast. And I'm curious to hear from you. Which one are you looking forward to most, and why? Because there's some interesting ones, and it might not be the obvious choice. So real quick, here they are. Just put which one you're looking forward to most in the chat and why. Number 1, we have Icon of the Seas. That seems like an obvious one to lead off with. Biggest ship in the world setting sail here very, very shortly. Then we have the Sun Princess, which is will be Princess's largest ship, 20% bigger than any of its other ships. Then we have the Queen Anne with Cunard. We have the Disney Treasure, which will be the sister ship to the Wish. Notably, it's LNG powered. We're starting to see more and more ships with liquefied natural gas propulsion. Plus, just real quick, Disney opening their second Bahamian private island later this year, Lighthouse Point. So that's kind of a 2-for-1 deal.
You know what?
Yes.
I feel like the name Lighthouse Point
Yes.
is not enough for I feel like any cruise line would have named theirs Lighthouse Point.
We'll come back to that.
Okay.
That's a good topic. Next on the list, the Silver Ray from Silver Sea, which is they say the most environmentally conscious ship ever to take on the high seas. Also one of the most spacious ships ever to be built, not just with Silver Sea, but of anybody. One of the things I saw as I was reading about the ship is they have suites that have 270-degree views. That's pretty cool. So that's interesting. Then we have Royals coming in with another ship. The Utopia of the Seas will be the last of the Oasis class. And one also running off LNG, the only one in the Oasis class on LNG. And I don't know why, but of all the things that they're going to put on the Utopia, the new pesky parrot bar caught my attention. And I'm hoping it's like a,
All right, mate.
Jimmy Buffett-esque kind of place, because I would dig that. Then we have the Explorer 2, which is a sister ship to the Explorer 1. And then finally, the Viking Vela, which is very similar to its other ships. They don't like to change things up too much to keep things consistent. But it's their biggest ship yet. So which of those are you looking forward to most, and why?
Did you say that was an ocean ship or river?
Ocean.
Okay. All right. So
Their
now-
10th ocean, I
So
believe.
so now I'm kind of stressed because I feel like, I gotta rate these.
It's not one winner. You don't have to rate them all.
Right, but they all sound so interesting for different reasons.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna have to defer to the group on this. What do you think?
Okay.
Like,
I think the obvious answer
Okay.
is the Icon, just because of its scale. right? And I'm very excited. I'm going to be on the Icon in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
So I'll share some stuff with y'all. That's right, Evan. Bring the yeehaws. The other one on this list, frankly, that I am pretty excited about is the... Where'd it go?
I've got
The
it
Sun
written down
Princess.
Okay.
The Sun Princess. And I can't even tell you why. It's been a long time since I've been on a princess ship.
Have you been on a medallion class?
I have not.
Okay.
And everything that I've seen and read about the Sun Princess looks really cool.
Yeah.
So that's my 1 and 2.
Okay. Well, and I know that we had a few of our viewers on Explorer 1, and they raved about the experience. So I kind of feel like, because that was kind of like a friend of a friend's, said that they liked that, I think that would be up there. But you know what? I also want to go old school and on the Queen Anne.
That's what you had you pegged for.
Yeah, because I just feel like I am most interested in, if any of you have done Cunard's Transatlantic. I mean, they've been doing this forever. They picked up passengers from the Titanic. Like that's some history right there.
Right.
So I don't know. There's something I want to experience that.
Well, I know you are a man who likes luxury, as our longtime viewers know. And an Anglophile.
Yes.
So as soon as I saw,
that's
I
true.
reminded of their tea time in the afternoons, I was like, that has Joshua's name written all over it.
Yes.
Yeah.
And for those who may not know what an Anglophile is, just to make sure, it's people that like English things. It just that term just kind of doesn't. I don't know. It doesn't jive. But let's see what's going on. What our viewers say.
Okay.
Let's say so. Jen. Oh, she's a Disney person.
Okay.
So she said, I will be on Disney Treasure May 2025.
Nice.
Cannot wait. So Terry said pole, not previously, but she will be thinking about that now, about pole dancing. Lauren said icon, because bigger is always better, seriously, for top level entertainment. And that is true. I mean, I did get to see a preview of The Wizard of Oz that's going to be debuting
I didn't
on
know that
Icon.
was going to be the headline show.
Yep, and
That'd be cool.
I shared with a few people that I found it. So I got to go to the Celebrity and Royal rehearsal space down in Miami.
Yep.
And they can't rehearse with all the technology and all the stuff. It's just like masking tape and a doll, and then they have to make this show. And I have to say, something like The Wizard of Oz, I'm like, oh my gosh, I already know the story. I do not need to see this. So they train the performers to know the show inside and out. So if all the lights went out and they just had one spotlight, you will be entertained. And I have mad respect. So you're right about that. Bigger, better, especially for the entertainment. And I swear that whole team that Nick Weir over at Royal Caribbean, they come up with some amazing things. Teresa said Sun Princess. She's never sailed Princess before, so best way to start with Princess is on the newest ship.
There you go.
Very, very good. That's kind of what you were saying. And I did get to experience Caribbean Princess. This was a few years ago when they were rolling out the medallion class.
Right.
It seems so simple. It's just this like little medallion disky thing then they've got jewelry that you can wear with it. But it's how you get into your room, so your door unlocks before you get to it. Right. You know where your family is at the ship at any time. So someone like you going with your family, you can be like, okay, everybody's good. Nobody's fallen off. We're good. But I think it's a cool feature. And it also, just so you know, a little inside tip, it requires a lot of really good internet. So my experience has been, if you're on a medallion class ship, you're getting the best internet that's out there. So anyway, follow the second star. None of those. She just needs more Virgin ships. which, just so you know, follow the second star, loves Virgin Voyages. And if I remember correctly, she's not a cruiser. Like, that's not her passion.
Right.
And Virgin blew her away.
Captured her heart.
Captured her heart. And she said, but she would guess that she'd pick Explorer. Really want to try the new concept, which just pointing out to anybody that doesn't know, it's part of the MSC family of companies, but a completely different operation. So we love MSC, but Explorer's getting...
And a lot of talent from other luxury lines.
Yeah,
We're gathered.
Yeah, I feel like they do it right. Jeff said Disney Treasure. We are taking our grandkids on her in 2025. Amy said Icon. Her daughter Sydney's pick. My friend is on the Explorer now. So excited to get their thoughts. Michelle said I have a client who's doing the Cunard transatlantic trip in 2025. We have the deposit made. Once they get back from their trip to Ireland, then we will plan their time in England. And our Terry, he said Queen Anne. I kind of knew that was coming because he's also an Anglophile. Icon, just to see what cool stuff they put on their ship, comes from Terry. It's an easy sail for my families who want a lot of onboard variety of activities.
Yeah.
We've got more comments, so keep them coming. I'm gonna come back to it, but yeah. That was pretty exciting.
Yeah.
You know, we were just talking about Icon.
Yes.
And I don't know. Have you been following all these shenanigans on the TikTok and the social media on this world cruise?
A little bit, and wow. So, for those of you who don't know, Royal Caribbean put a bunch of influencers on their ultimate world cruise, and they've been posting TikTok videos, and I think it departed early December, and they've been posting a bunch of videos, and it has gotten, I have a story here, the hashtag Ultimate World Cruise, this is from Time Magazine, 155 million views. And the hashtag World Cruise, over 128 million views. And interesting, they're coming from people on the ship, but it's also coming from a whole bunch of people who are creating TikTok videos on top of the videos people on the ship are creating. So it's like a video of the video, and they're commenting on it. And the content's all over the board, like all kinds of different things. But what really struck me, as I was watching some of them, I started reading the comments. And I just want to give you a few of these. And this was just from a random video that I picked. And these are just everyday, Americans, right? Hey, question, do you buy the food on the cruise or is everything free? Now, as travel advisors, you probably get clients that ask that question in some variety pretty frequently if they're new cruisers. And so what struck me, I'm just going to read some of these replies. It struck me how little many Americans know about cruising.
Right.
How little they know. And then I have another thing I want to tell you, but this is kind of funny. So the response was, everything is free for world cruisers except specialty dining. And then the response from someone, I could be wrong, but I think I heard that one of the girls who's on the boat said that the fancy restaurants aren't free.
The fancy restaurants.
And the person said, yes, a few specialty dining restaurants are not free, but 50% off for these influencers that they invited on. Another says, so do you have to have cash or use your card for tips? Is it true it's almost $10 per order for room service? So the food is free, but the service isn't included for you guys? Yes, that's normal for cruisers. Tips are included. You don't tip every day on a cruise, but at the end. So it just goes on and on and on and on. There's hundreds of these comments. And it just struck me how little people know about cruising.
Yeah. Well, there was a whole stat about what it's in the single digits, the percentage of Americans who have actually cruised. So so it doesn't surprise me that people don't know.
It's still the vast majority have never.
Yeah, and so I mean, great opportunity, obviously, to sell cruises. But I noticed that too. That it's not only the people who are on board, the influencers making the content. It's the people responding and saying, "I'm going to watch every day of I'm going to follow everybody who is who
like
is on the ship."
I'm in, I'm invested.
Yeah, and so
ready
that's their content
to watch for the next 9 months.
Yeah, that's it. That was their contribution.
So I'm curious if you all have watched any of this, and just go to TikTok and type in Ultimate World Cruise or World Cruise, and you'll see a million different videos. But the other thing that struck me, Joshua, is what a great way if you're looking to display your cruise knowledge.
Oh, it's a
Jump in on this train, create some TikTok videos based on the folks that are actually there, providing your insights as a professional. Start trolling some of these comment boards and, put yourself out there.
That is known in marketing as newsjacking.
That's right. I knew that.
Yeah, yeah. So, but don't be a butthead about it, right?
No.
Like if it's a funny thread, be funny, but signal that you are travel and like I think that's key. Now I have to tell you, and I wish that I had written down her handle, but when I was looking at some of these videos, one of them was it was on TikTok, and she's in her cabin, and I mean, she has really moved into this cabin. Okay, I couldn't tell it wasn't until I looked at the ceiling that I was like, okay, it is definitely a cabin. And so she's like, look at all of my towel animals, because they do the little towel animals, and they're sitting on the couch, and she's like, you know what that means? And then she changes, and she's in a robe, and she's like, it is time for a sacrifice. And she does like a funny voice, and then she pans over to the animals, and she's like, you will be spared because you are the last of its kind, and da 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 da. And then she sacrificed one of the towel. And I am telling you, I wish that I was that clever. I wish that I was that clever. So if I will look it up, and I'll drop it in the chat just so you guys can see it. But this sacrificial towel animal thing is amazing. Anyway, that was my thing.
If you haven't checked out this whole Ultimate World Cruise phenomenon on TikTok, go check it out. It's at a minimum, you're going to be entertained.
Yeah. All right, I want to go back to the comments here. Let's see. Sorry, I got a little bit backlogged there. Stacy said, out of those, I would pick Sun Princess. Princess getting some love here. Terry just had a client make her first Cunard NYC Southampton NYC. She loved it and wants to go again.
Wow.
Love that. Stacy said, according to Ancestry, I'm mostly English, so I'm fascinated with British stuff as well. So that makes you an Anglophile, just so you know, Stacy. And it's not a bad word, okay? Terry said, Explorer rocks. Storybook trips. I love all the new ships because there's so much promotion around new ships. So that just means all cruises win.
Interesting point.
Yeah, and all about Scrooge McDuck in it there. Let's see. And Erica said, I prefer the boat's fanciest restaurants. I guess she's quoting some of these comments. The boats. And just so you know, as somebody who is newer to the travel industry, I was corrected that you don't refer to a cruise line vehicle as a boat. It is a ship. But boat is an insult. So just so you know. Okay. All right. So I'm too excited, and because I just made the boat comment.
Yes.
I heard the sound that producer Evan makes to himself when our guests are in the green room.
Okay.
So, first guest ever on Love Travel, Live Travel. And I hope he's there and we don't have any trouble. We good? Let's see. All right, it's Gary Murphy from AmaWaterways. There he is!
Oh my gosh, there he is.
I'm Joshua, Jason, I'm on the ship right now in Amsterdam. So if there's a delay, if I'm blurred, I apologize.
Well, you're coming through loud and clear, but if you keep acting it out, we are gonna think something's wrong. So you're in Amsterdam now. Are you on board a ship or are you in Amsterdam?
I'm on board the ship. I've just asked everyone to leave the Chef's Table restaurant. This is the end of the year management meeting. So we've just ended the season. So we have this meeting. We have all top management on board, and we're here together for a week, just ironing everything out from last year and making sure we learn from every year and instill those learnings into next year's operation.
I love that. And I love that you have, at the Chef's Table restaurant, you have a neon reindeer. Is that what I'm seeing?
I tried. I thought I unplugged it.
I love it. I love it.
He's still showing up. But the thing is, you look, we still have all our Christmas decorations up and everything else.
Well,
We really love decorating the ships. The team does a phenomenal job, but they'll all start being taken down. They kept it up for us to be very festive.
I love that.
And you guys are so festive, and we got to sail with you guys in November, and it was all decked out. We felt extremely festive, so thank everybody on board for making traveling with AmaWaterways so festive.
Well, you know what? You guys are very special.
Oh,
And so we want to make
I'm
sure
gonna
you felt
blush.
special and feel special. So, and you know what, Jason, Joshua, it's great to see what we're doing together business-wise and the client satisfaction. So we're all at AMA greatly appreciative of the business you send our way.
Oh, well, thank you for that. But on another note, I mean, this is the Love Travel, Live Travel show. And I don't know if you tuned in at the very beginning, but we kind of set up the fact that when Jason and I were talking about this new format for the show and having guests on, you were the first name on the list, and you jumped to it to be our first guest. So we both want to thank you.
Absolutely.
Big time.
I think I told you when I saw your name coming through my phone, I actually levitated. I came out of my seat.
This is who I should be working with. Is Gary. Do you levitate when I call you?
I don't. I don't. I just put it on silent.
But I also like your reference to a boat. We call them river ships. But I once had a captain from the U.S. Navy on here, and he approached me and said, "If it can't go in the ocean, it's not a ship."
Interesting.
Now,
He was
Gary,
a guest, so I didn't want to challenge him, Jason. He was bigger than I was, so I just said, "Oh, okay."
now do your river ship captains take offense to that? If you call it a boat in their presence, do they get a little ornery about it?
Inside they do, but they'd never show it.
Fantastic.
Sorry, I knew you were going to make us
know.
laugh. So Gary, I want to. So this show is all about for those of us who love travel and have made the choice to live within travel and be within the travel business. That's who this show is for, and we welcome with open arms. Now, I find, I've been so blessed to be able to hang with you and hear your story, but you have a story well beyond AmaWaterways, and I would love for you to share how you ended up in travel.
How much time do we have?
You only have a little bit of time, but we will give you
We
the
should have
hook.
really done. We should arrange this for an hour from now because I'm gonna go into Amsterdam and have some coffee, and it would have been much more interesting to come on back forward after I had a cup of coffee in Amsterdam at 11:30 at night. You know, the blessed thing was is my father and Jason knows Dad, and Roger was a good friend of my father's. He started a tour company back in 1969 called Brendan Tours. Um, I was raised in the travel business, but out of college, out of university, I went and worked for IBM. And whenever I couldn't find a job in college or anything else, I could work res and at Brendan. And so I had a relationship with the people of the company. And the fun thing was, is the IBM office was right down the road from my dad's office in downtown LA. And I went to his Christmas party, and there was a gentleman there named Adi Steiner. And Adi Steiner ran all of the Gateway Globus operation, Monarch Airlines, Cosmos, from Lugano, and he happened to be in town. He was at my dad's party. And my father introduced me to him, to Adi Steiner, and Adi said, "Why aren't you working for your father?" And my dad were very, very close, but my father said to him, he could make his mistakes on someone else's time. So Adi said to me, "Come work for me in Lugano." I said, "I'd love to." 2 weeks later, I had an itinerary. I had flight tickets. I called him up. I'm like, "Mr. Steiner, what is this?" And he's Swiss. He goes, "You told me you'd love to. I'm making it happen." So I quit IBM and I went work for them over in Europe. And thankfully that my mom really was afraid that I'd never come home again. So she made my dad hire me in sales at Brendan. So warts and all, that's the truth.
That is fantastic. That is fantastic.
40 years now I've been in this business. 40 years.
And look where the industry has gone in that time. It's remarkable, isn't it?
Travel Agents International, buddy. You know, it was. Yeah. The good thing is it's progressed. But it's still about human connection.
Mm-hmm.
It's still about, we understand that our relation is best working with our travel advisor partner. We understand the value you bring. Out of COVID, Jason, we bounced back so quickly because we know that the travel advisors know where their clients are and who's going to book. If you're a direct consumer marketing, you're spending millions trying to find those people because that's shotgun marketing. It's not educated target marketing. And that's why we know, working with you, doing what we can in partnership, you know the clients, and more importantly, you know the right clients to put on AMA. I mean, there might be better clients to go on other river cruise lines. I don't know who they would be, but if you have them, maybe you put them on there. I want them all, but the value they bring, to understand what we offer, who our target audience is, and who will have the best time on an AMA cruise.
Yeah, and just looking through the chat here, there's some folks who are big AMA fans, so that they're thankful that you joined us. Can you, real quick, can you give us any tidbit, any preview to the future from your management meeting that you might be willing to share with our viewers?
I have lots of great information. I don't know if I can. Let me tell you what's happening with the clients right now. We had a record-breaking year. Jason, thank you for being a part of that for 2023. Yeah. We have 80% of the business booked right now under deposit that we had travel all of last year.
Wow.
So next year is going to, please God, is going to be phenomenal. So what we're looking with you on how to further market. You know, I was said at the meeting today, because we have all our salespeople on board, that's the easy part. Advanced sales is a low-hanging fruit. Now, between now and the end of September, we have to fill another 38% of our space. And that's the hardest time because a lot of our business books very far out.
Right.
So make sure they're signed up on our travel agent portal. Because on a TA portal, that's where you see our offers. We're not going out to the general public with these great offers. We are partnering with you. Go on our TA portal, see what we're offering. We have some phenomenal offers. Our group business is very, very strong. We have this offer right now. If you have a travel advisor who wants to book a group, we'll give them a free upfront cabin. They only have to get like 5 cabins booked to earn that free, and it doesn't come from their tour, their TC. But if they don't get that 5, then they only pay the agent's rate. We have these great opportunities. We're finding, Joshua, after COVID, and Jason, after COVID, the groups that are going are the ones that an advisor is traveling with them. So what we're saying is, we'll share that risk. You can promote that you're going, and if you don't get a group, then you pay the TA rate. And the TA rate is $690, right?
Wow.
Yeah. You guys know how to do it, man. I'd say you've got a ship full of your sales team, and you're working it at 11 o'clock at night. I love this.
They're drinking. Okay, they're drinking.
Yeah, like I'm just saying. I feel like
they're doing belly shots out of people's belly buttons on the hand trade right now.
All right, Gary,
joking,
that's taking the Ama love a little bit too far.
No,
hey,
joking aside, we have all our management and the sales team, and we spent a week together on, okay, what can we do better? What can we do better?
That's wonderful. That's
Yeah.
wonderful. Well,
You guys do a great job.
you do a great job, and Gary, I got to let you go. I knew we could talk for hours, but I got to let you go. Thank you.
Are you asking me to leave? Are you asking me to leave?
I'm going to disconnect you in a minute, but I'm just saying, we do, we love Ama. Our viewers obviously love Ama, but from Jason and I, we really truly appreciate that you took the time out of what was a very long day for you, because I know you just got there yesterday. We really just appreciate you being our very first guest on Love Travel, Live Travel, and I hope to have you in this seat maybe when Jason's off at cheer camp or something like that. Okay, so I invite you to that. Gary's like, what is this thing? All right, listen, you take care of yourself, okay?
Okay. I can't believe it. I'm just getting on a roll right now. Real quick, Joshua. We have our ops manager from the Magdalena in Colombia on board. He would be awesome to have on this program.
All right,
Setting
well,
up the ship operations, building the docks.
well,
Awesome.
you're a new talent booker, so we'll work on that. You take care and have a
Thanks,
fun
Gary.
time with your team. Take care.
Love you
Bye.
guys. Thank
Love you too.
Bye.
He is so awesome.
He's fantastic.
but I
I hope
knew-
he gets to go get his Amsterdam coffee now.
Well, the thing is about the chef's table is the coffee machine is right there opposite it, so he could just have his own.
I think he's talking about the
smoking coffee.
yes.
Oh, sorry. I'm the
Just
slow
right
with
over
yeah,
there.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't. I saw those commercials with your brain on drugs. I know.
But Gary is a treasure. Like, he's one of the few people I would classify as a treasure.
Right, and
Like, he's just fantastic.
he is fantastic.
I could talk to him for
He brings me joy whenever I get to
Yeah.
talk to him, and for those of you, we want to be mindful. We forget, we just assume everybody knows everything, but Gary was mentioning Roger, and Roger is Jason's dad.
Yes.
And he's been in the travel industry for donkey
Since
years, like
1980, I think.
yeah. Like, is that back when you went on the Jungle Cruise and it was actually considered a cruise? Yeah.
Here's what I do know. The Yellow Pages were involved in a big way.
One conversation I had with your dad, because I hadn't cruised, my first cruise was in 2017,
Yeah.
so still very, very new for me. And I just mentioned that to him, and he was so shocked. I mean, he'd been in the industry forever,
Right.
and he was like, where were you raised by wolves? Like, what? But what got me is I said, so when did you go on your first cruise?
Yeah.
And he was like, I was a kid. It was my grandparents that took me. And he said it was a very different type of a cruise ship. And it made me think of, like, the movies where people are going through Ellis Island. It made me think it was that
wasn't
kind of-
far off.
It wasn't too far off.
That first cruise ship, they have since, it's had like 10 lives since then, but like that cruise ship, I'm pretty sure could fit in the swimming pool of the Icon. Like that's how small it was.
Wow.
Tiny.
Wow.
Yes.
Well, you are right. Just looking at the chat, we had a lot of love for Ama.
Yeah.
And very glad that Gary got to be.
I love that you called out his reindeer neon sign or whatever that was.
I mean, we might have a few things, but I could tell that Holiday was still going pretty strong over there. But having said that,
Yes.
I want to take just a moment. So something that we are trying to bring back is the old-fashioned postcard. And if you are traveling anywhere, it could even be the Cheese Castle of Wisconsin or wherever that was. Send us a postcard, and we'd love to read it on air and then add it to our wall behind us here. And we have gotten a postcard from Jeff and Allison Bartlett. And this is it Rottenberg, or do you pronounce it Rothenberg? Rotenberg. Thank you, Producer Evan, making sure that I'm pronouncing it correctly. He said, "Hello, everyone. This is one city that everyone should see. The old part of the city is about 749 years old with beautifully preserved architecture and a town wall with a covered walkway on top. Many also consider it the Christmas capital of Germany," and it was absolutely beautiful, signed off by Jeff and Allison Bartlett. So thank you, Jeff and Allison, for sending us a postcard. And if you want to send us a postcard, I think, Producer Evan, can you roll that information? Or not? So just send it to Love Travel, Live Travel, 70 Mansell Court, Suite 100, Roswell, Georgia, 30076, and it'll make its way to Studio A here. All right.
Now, I'll say real quick, in addition to postcards, if you have any exciting news that you want to share, feel free to send that in too. Because one of our viewers, Rebecca,
Yes.
from Quality Travel in Frisco, Texas, has made a little bit of news and is hosting a Taylor Swift inspired, not licensed or authorized, but inspired group cruise on Royal Caribbean, the summer era cruise to celebrate the Taylor Swift tour.
Yeah.
So that's very cool. So I just wanted to share that with you all. And if you have something you want to share with us that we can share with everybody, send it in.
So a little background on that. Rebecca's daughter, there
Yes.
was a Swifty cruise that was going out of, I think, Miami, and she wanted to get on it. It sold out, and she was like, "Mom, I'm so bummed." And Rebecca's like, "We'll just create our own." And by the way, get some news in the some press in the process. That's wonderful. Cool. Congratulations. Yes, please share your news with us. We'd love to share. But it is that time for us to go visit the Velma Tolison, our Tyler Rose. Velma, are you there?
Yes, I am. Happy Friday.
Happy
Hello.
Friday! Welcome to Love Travel, Live Travel. Our operators are standing by. I just felt like I needed to say that.
Why not? Well, you know what? It's just been a busy week. We're just all about growing our travel business here. It's that time of year.
It is that time. And so, Velma, since we have a lot of new viewers watching this show on our new YouTube channel, can you share a little bit of your background? I mean, how did you get, I mean, obviously you love travel, but how did you get to live travel?
Well, I also have been in the travel business for 40 years now. And I started out working for a wholesale company similar to Globus or Talc Tours. We did specialty tours. And I just kind of migrated from there into retail sales. And now I use all of that past experience to help our members.
That's fantastic. And I consider you an oracle of travel. There's is not much that I can put past you that you have not heard, seen, done before. And one of your big claims to fame that I think we can never get tired of hearing is that you have sold 1,000 cabins on a Carnival cruise ship.
Yes, I did. I
That's
collected
that's
one
that's
sale.
not collectively. It was one cruise.
That was one sale. That was one sale, and you don't do many of those in your career, travel career, but it was quite an experience. But I did do that.
And one of the things that I just think is kind of funny is that the owner of the agency that Velma worked for lived, I think, several hours away from where
Yeah.
your office was, but would not let her deposit the check for the cabins. Told her to hold it so he could take it to the bank. I'm just saying it takes all types of personalities, right, to make the world go round.
It took a little of the wind out of my sails that I could walk into the local bank where we had our travel business account and present that for deposit, but that's okay.
Yeah, you know what? Wherever someone needs to get their kicks, right?
It's all good. It's all
So,
good.
so one of the things that we wanted to talk about today is, it's we're officially in wave season, correct?
That's correct.
Now, for those who don't know what wave season is, can you give us a breakdown?
Well, I'm going to tell you that wave season used to be January and February, and that was when the cruise lines really promoted the best pricing, and travel agencies really pushed the cruises to book for the summer travel. Now, wave season actually starts in December and will probably run through March, possibly into April. It's a huge business now, and it's when everyone focuses on booking their family vacation cruises, sometimes for the year. All
Really?
holiday travel. This, believe it or not, we just came through our Christmas holiday. It's time to book your Christmas holiday cruise if you want to go in 2024.
And
Absolutely.
I think that's important to call out. I was
Yes.
talking to Royal Caribbean and Celebrity, and we were talking about Alaska, and and it was all about educating your clients on the fact that you can't just up and go to Alaska. There is a season, and there is limited inventory. So if you want to go, we need to plan for it, and part of your job as a travel professional is to explain, hey, by the way, if you want to do this, we need to plan it. So like what you're saying, if you do want to plan a holiday vacation, this is the time, and that kind of adds to that whole wave season rush. But I love the whole idea of the wave season. When I started, I remember hearing wave season are these 2 months, and now it's stretched out a little bit. It's gone a little further. It's kind of like how Christmas shopping went to like it
exactly.
kept stretching out, kept
Exactly.
stretching out, kept stretching out.
Christmas in August now.
Yeah. So from your expert opinion, what do you think? Besides educating people on thinking about Christmas travel, what are you kind of seeing out there in terms of trends and where people are winning and marketing themselves and their business and really setting themselves up for success? Not to put you on the spot with too big of a
No,
question.
because there is a strong trend for this year, and it started at the end of this past year, and I've been seeing more and more of it, and it's wellness travel. Uh, Groups of, and I don't want to make you feel bad, Joshua, but it's a lot of women that are like they want to get together, business women They travel to a spa location. Costa Rica is hugely popular for that. And they, during the day, kind of work on their business plans, go to the spa, relax, and at night they network. And I've seen a lot of that for 2024. And then the second trend is customers are booking what's important to them. And what is important to people now is their family and cultural experiences. And so I'm seeing our members really stepping up to that and selling what people are focused on.
That's fantastic. No, I love when Velma gives us her insight because again, 40 years doing this, she's seen a lot of trends. She's seen ups and downs. So I love that you're possibly giving somebody at home a little inspiration to think a little bit differently about their business.
Yes.
So
Yes.
thank you for sharing your knowledge as always. Velma, have a wonderful week, and thank you for joining us. And I hope you love the new Love Travel Live Travel vibe.
I do. It makes me want to take a trip.
You know what? If we can inspire thousands of people to do
Yeah.
that, I think we've done our job. All right. Well, we will speak to you real soon. Okay.
All right. Bye.
Bye bye.
Hi, Velma. You know,
See-
that got me thinking.
What did it make you think?
So if you're an advisor and you have, so Velma was talking about women business owners saying, "Hey, I'm gonna go to Costa Rica or some wellness spa, and I'm gonna have some relaxation. I'm gonna have some business planning." That seems to me like the if you have clients that kind of fit in, that are business owners that fit in that mold, send them an email saying, "Hey, here's an idea for you. Here's a place that would be perfect. I heard about someone who went to this place and did, some annual business planning and mixed with a little relaxation. Was thinking of you." Like a real soft sell. If nothing else, it puts your name in front of them one more time, right? And they might come back and like, no, that's not for me. But I am interested in going to, Lucerne for the summer.
Yeah.
So.
I love the simplicity of that because
Yeah.
you find that all the time. It's like if you think I have to do a broadcast email, I have to do a monthly newsletter, right? That then you don't do it for whatever reason, right? But it is that simple one-to-one email that you send, and just because you think, just taking that interest and saying, well, I know you have a business and I heard about this. You're right. It's really just about opening the channel of communication.
Exactly.
Don't
overcomplicate it.
Yeah, don't overcomplicate it. You don't have to send thousands of emails. 3 emails can fill your pipeline.
Yeah.
3 emails can send. So start today, no excuses, get off your bootay and do that.
And if you don't like that one, guess what? There's probably a very similar idea for family travel. I bet you have some clients that have families.
Yes.
So this is a repeatable tactic.
Rinse and repeat.
That's right.
Well, before we go, that hour's gone by pretty fast. We got a lot of Velma, loving Velma. Who does not love Velma? Storybook Trips says, how do we share news? And I think you're asking, how do you share news with us so we can get it out? And I'm going to say you have a direct line already. I already know that you can get your news to me. But next week we'll make sure that we have our website and all that set up.
Accoutrement.
Yeah, so we'll give you the direct connect to that, and also we will be bringing the show to a podcast. So it is happening next week. We'll let you know where our podcasting channel is. A lot of new things going on, right? Pretty excited. What's
right.
this?
Oh no!
Oh, Bill.
He found us.
Bill found us. We're happy that he found us. But Bill
Bill is in the house.
Bill is in the house. And,
Never too late.
And Bill, if you have a national holiday for us, we have about 40 seconds. Give it to us, and tell us what the day is. I don't know. We're gonna do a countdown and see if he's got it for us. But for those of you who are just watching for the first time, Bill likes to join us and share a national day with us.
Yes.
But because we were elusive,
Yes.
and
Man, time flew today. I got so much stuff in the stack of stuff here.
is that what we're gonna call it? The stack of
Well,
stuff.
it needs a better name.
It needs
It's
a better name.
My stack of papers.
Well,
We'll save some of those for next week.
absolutely. Listen. Thank you for joining us and being a part of the show, all of you live viewers, and of course, if you're watching this on demand. Again, this is our new YouTube channel, so please subscribe and set to get the notifications. But come back every Friday at 4 Eastern and join us for Love Travel, Live Travel, for those who love travel and have made the choice to live within the world of travel. Until then, I am one of your hosts, Joshua Harrell, and I wish you the best and look forward to seeing you next week. And what do you have to say to the folks at home?
Have a fantastic weekend. We love you all. I appreciate you being here. Hit the subscribe button like Joshua said, and let's go sell some travel, huh?
Let's do it. Take care. Bye.
Bye.